braces or connectors or something. The other thing we got to do tonight, I got to stick my hand in here and try not to slice it open. And I got to peel out a bunch of this old, crusty, 35-year-old styrofoam.
It's time for some bass smashing action.
Hey guys, wanted to give you another update here. Tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of work on what I hope to turn into a casting deck. The inside is good to go. It's sealed. I still got to go along here and paint this trim. I'm going to do that trim blue along the edges there. This rubber stuff worked out really nice. It gives it a pretty durable finish. So what I got to do now is build out a deck. The plan is to build out a casting deck out to this support here. I was just playing around with some stuff. This is just a little piece of 2x4 with a carriage bolt in it. Now essentially I need to set these guys back a little bit so they sit on the flat part of the floor here, not on this brace. I was able to drill through this brace so that I can get a bolt through here. What I had done originally was I was going to set it on here, but with this rivet here in the way, it doesn't really sit flush. Plus it'd be halfway hanging off this thing. So I think what I need to do is just bring it back a hair. So there's that. I got to figure out that. And then we're going to run a 2x4 straight up, and we're going to attach it onto this guy up here. Now the way we're going to do that, I went to the big box store, and I got some of these. These are like fence posts, braces or connectors or something. I believe they're steel, but I was actually able to drill a bunch of new holes in this guy. So you can see these big ones here. That'll receive a 5/16 carriage bolt. This little guy here, like that. So the plan now is to take this guy and attach him right here. Run 2 carriage bolts through there, and then set 2 pieces of 2x4. This was the smallest brace that sat like that. I found a couple other ones here. They had some smaller braces like this guy, but I would have to mount the 2x4 the opposite direction, which I don't really want to do in this one, and I'll tell you why. I want more area this way, so I'm going to have more area if I mount it like that. Even though this would tend to flex more, I'm going to have a support here. I'm going to have 1 or 2 more here. I don't really think it's going to move. I'd rather have, when I drill or screw the floor in, I want to have a bigger area so I don't miss it. And I just made this little block here will sit on the bottom. I drilled a hole here and here and here. There's 2 on the bottom. We're going to put screws in place to hold that in, and then there's a hole there on the top, you can see. When the support sits on it, we're going to put one right through the top of it and then screw in the sides. So it's not going to move. One other thing too though, the supports are really important, because just putting a carriage bolt through this aluminum in 2 spots and then walking on it, I don't think that just, I don't know. I don't know if it would rip through that aluminum over time. I think it's going to be fine, but we'll see. So that's the plan. That's the front brace. So then when we have this 2x4 coming off, it's going to be flush, and it's just going to be an extension all the way out to sit on this guy here. So it's going to look like that. We're going to have 2 of those, and then we're going to brace them together, figure out a way that we can actually run something out to the edge here. Probably not. I don't know how we're going to attach it or not attach it, but that way it'll keep it from moving. The plywood itself, once we make a template to cut it out for the deck, is going to be pretty snug in here. I have to have some play with it because this guy kind of overhangs a little bit. So the other thing we got to do tonight is I got to stick my hand in here and try not to slice it open, and I got to peel out a bunch of this old, crusty, 35-year-old styrofoam. So that I can get down here once I drill my holes and put the back of the carriage bolt on. So this is sharp. That's aluminum that I cut with the jigsaw specifically for that reason, so I could get my hand in there and attach these guys. So that's kind of where we're at with stuff. Gonna get started on that and at least get these 2 guys attached tonight. pull that aluminum or that styrofoam out, and then start thinking about how we're gonna line this up back here. There's got to be a better way to do this back here. I got to make those tighter, but I don't know how it's gonna be done yet. So that's the plan. Yep.